Get ready with me for work while I talk about them going back to community college. So I live in Massachusetts, and technically everybody in Massachusetts qualifies for free community college as long as you do not already have an associate's or higher. I have a bachelor's because I went to community college right out of high school and was there for 2 years, then transferred to a university, was there for 2.5, 3 more years. So I already have a degree, so I don't technically get it for free. However, the degree that I got, I absolutely enjoyed. I got my pre-law degree as well as a certificate in advanced paralegal studies. That being said, attorneys suck to work for, and I have tried working for multiple attorneys at this point, and somehow I keep ending up with some of the worst attorneys in my area that you can work for. Personality-wise, at least. They're great attorneys at what they do. However, personality-wise, training a new person, they're not that great. And I find that out after I've already been working for them, or once I've left, or they let me go, or whatever it may be. That being said, I still love the pre-law degree that I got, and hopefully at some point I can incorporate it into my work in the future, because I do enjoy law and I do enjoy politics. However, the degree that I'm going back for is accounting, because something else that I absolutely love is finance. I love finance, I love math, I love numbers, and I love talking about finance. I love money and all that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that this accounting degree can lead me to something in the finance field, because that is something that I know I would enjoy. I currently work retail and I am an assistant store manager. So I am working full-time there, and my district manager has already talked to me about the possibility of getting a store in the future. Becoming a store manager would be absolutely amazing. The only thing is that I don't know if I want to stay in retail. For the time being, I am perfectly happy staying in retail, and if I can just keep moving up in retail, I will be absolutely fine with that. The next step is essentially a store manager, and then after that, it would be a district or territory manager, depending on the company. I would not be mad doing that whatsoever. However, I'm also very curious about going into accounting, going into finance, stuff like that, because that is also something that I feel very passionate about. The only thing that I am worried about is the fact that I do way better with in-person classes than I do with online classes. But because I am working full-time at my current job, I cannot maintain a fully in-person schedule while also maintaining a full-time position at my job. That unfortunately just wouldn't legitimately be possible unless I was amazingly strategic at placing my classes each semester, what times they were, what days they were. Also, the community college that I'm going to be going to is 45 minutes away from my home. So I would have to drive 45 minutes there, and whenever my classes ended, drive 45 minutes back and make sure that I am ready for work by the time I get back. This is going to be a primarily online degree from what I understand. However, there will still be some in-person classes that aren't able to be avoided to be in person, which is fine by me because I do better with in-person. So I'm hoping to have at least one in-person class every semester just to kind of keep that feeling of being in a classroom and being a student alive, because with online classes, it is so hard for me to keep the motivation because I feel like I'm not in a class, unless it's a Zoom class. A Zoom class is different and I still feel like I'm in a class. And there's someone to like hold me accountable. There's a face that I can put, there's a voice, there's an intensity that I can put to a person. And it's not just somebody behind a computer screen. All this being said, I did just send through my application, so I still have to wait for them to get back to me and to tell me that I absolutely can start in the fall semester. I have to get my financial aid and get all of that set and ready and make sure that I can actually afford to go back for this portion. I took a year off from college. I still enjoy work in general. I enjoy being in retail. The only thing is that I don't know if I want to stay in retail forever, and I would like to explore some options. Because I'm getting this associate's at a community college, it's not going to break the bank, so I do consider this degree as almost like a fallback. But retail is also a fallback. So I have a few things to bounce between of my previous degree, the degree that I'm hopefully getting, and retail. I'm able to kind of bounce around if need be, if one of them ever falls through for me. If you're looking to start a new career or to start a new field, start a new degree, go for it. Absolutely go for it. If you want it that bad, you're going to make it work. I switched from retail to law, back to retail, and now possibly accounting. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll go back to retail, who knows, but I don't know what's going to happen unless I actually try to do it.